Why is there no longer any entry level jobs? Like, what's going on?
My issue with the job market right now is that all these jobs aren't really entry level jobs.
I think it's time to admit that society is officially in the depths of hell when I see that a master's degree is somehow required for all these entry level jobs.
Why the hell is an entry level job asking for experience? My brother.
You are the experience.
Let's talk about the biggest lie in the modern job market. And that is quote unquote entry level. Because entry level jobs doesn't really mean entry level anymore, if you get what I mean. It means entry level pay for mid-level experience. It also means that, hey, we want a fully trained personnel, but we don't want to train you, which makes no sense to me. Like, really, like, you cannot make this stuff up anymore. You go on a job board and you click quote unquote entry level, and the first thing that you're going to see is requirements of 2 to 5 years of experience. And all I gotta say is entry to what? Like, the experience was college, right? If the experience isn't college, then like there should be nothing else after that. They don't want to invest in people anymore. They don't want to mentor, and they don't even want to train you anymore, okay? They want someone who is already perfect for the job, but at the same time, affordable and cheap. That is not entry level, people, okay? That is exploitation with like better branding, I guess you could say. And people out here are not falling for it anymore. And don't even get me started on skill lists, okay? You'll see entry level marketing roles asking for SEO, paid ads, data analytics, content strategies, graphic design, video editing, social media management, and CRM experience, right? So you want an entire department for a salary of an intern. Like that's not gonna happen. And here's the scam. Companies post entry-level jobs to justify paying you less, but they structure the role like a mid-level or senior position. So you carry senior responsibility with junior compensation and zero job security. Then they turn around and say, oh, nobody wants to work anymore. Huh? Like everybody getting lazy on us now. No. People don't want to be underpaid, overqualified, and disposable. And that is exactly how many Americans feel in this country. And let's talk about the experience trap. How do I get experience if every entry-level job requires experience? Like, do you guys see the cycle? You can't get hired without experience, so what do they tell you to do? They tell you to intern for free, build portfolios on your own time, hustle 24/7 just to qualify for the privilege of being underpaid. That is not opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. That is a filter to see how desperate that you are. And this system doesn't just hurt individuals either. It rots the entire talent pipeline, because when companies refuse to train beginners, they create a future where nobody is qualified because nobody was never developed. You can't build a skilled workforce if you refuse to invest in beginners. If you're not hiring, like, you are not hiring the best, okay? You are just cannibalizing the workforce and calling it efficiency. So here's the reality that I have came to. Entry-level jobs used to be about learning, okay? You learn, you get up in there, learn the workforce, learn how they all operate, you get your feet wet, right? Now they're all about surviving. And if you're a new grad or a career switcher or someone just trying to break into an industry, you're not failing, okay? The system is literally designed to be hostile towards you, okay? It is designed to fail. Like, it's designed to keep you struggling and in survival mode. And the solution is not to just work harder. The solution is calling this out for what it is, which is a broken hiring culture that wants experience without responsibility. If a company isn't willing to train you, they don't want a entry-level worker. They want a bargain. And you as a person deserve way better than being someone else's cheap miracle hire or cheap miracle worker.
Your resume is extremely impressive. Thank you. All of these awards and a master's, fantastic. That's so good to hear. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a good fit for this position. But you just said, you see, we still need somebody with relevant work experience. I thought this was entry level. What we mean is it's entry level pay. We do have an entry level job you might be right for. Okay, what's that? Oh, it is a fantastic learning experience. Does it pay well? Minimum wage. Oh. And while there's no health care or benefits of any kind, we do provide a sandwich platter for lunch once a quarter. I mean, look, just work really hard and do everything that's asked of you. And I can get a promotion. Once a promotion opens up, you will be in consideration until we ultimately go with an outside hire.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be rainbows and butterflies and unicorns once I graduated from college. I graduated from college 5 months ago. I still have yet to find a big girl job. I have yet to get more money. And I did start creating content, which I really love to do this, but this is not what my degree is in. Like, this is not the degree. And if you don't know, I have a degree, a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I am currently in the search of looking for a job, but I graduated 5 months ago, and I have yet to find anything. And when I do find something, I don't get the job. I don't know if I'm just like bad at interviews, or like if my resume is not good, if I need to include like a cover letter, if I need to start like reaching out to people, like I don't know. But I am starting to feel discouraged, like maybe I got the wrong degree and maybe I'm just like a bad candidate for the jobs I'm applying for. I don't have the qualifications, but I just am applying to jobs that are just way out of my league. I don't know, but thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I am in my feels today.
Why the fuck is an entry-level job asking for experience?
Dude, you are the experience, okay?
You go to McDonald's to apply for a job.
They're hoping you have a fucking degree. And you worked at fucking Taco Bell for 2 years. It's like, dude,
Who do you think you are? You're the fucking experience.
you know, even take it up another level. You know, you go get your degree in finance.
Good fucking luck working at a firm or some shit. Even though you just got the degree, which is supposed to be worth it.
You better fucking intern for no money. For 2 years at least before...
You can start working at our firm.
Who the fuck do you think you are, bro? It's all these old heads, bro. Get them out of here.
I think someone's pranking me because I just went to apply for a job, and in the description, it says entry level at the top, really big. The description says 8 years industry experience. And the pay, it's definitely entry level. So I'm just curious, who are these people that are applying for this job to make no money with 8 years experience? So, I guess I should just, I don't know, have started working in marketing when I was like 14 to qualify.
Anybody else feel like we need to change the definition of entry level when it comes to entry level jobs? We used to, entry level meant what we all assume it means. Entry level, no experience needed. This is your entrance into the industry. And we're going to teach you how to get there. You're going to get the experience and you're going to do fantastic. Now all of a sudden it feels like entry level means entry level into my company. So I can put whatever baselines or requirements that I want on it. Now entry level doesn't really mean anything. And that's just wrong.
Stop posting entry-level roles without entry-level requirements. It says minimum 2 years of professional full-time work experience. Internships do not count towards that 2-year requirement. What other experience would I have other than an internship? I've only been in college. But this is entry-level.
Before we get started with the interview, you are aware that this is an entry-level job, right? Yes, I am. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Great. So first question, what is your experience level? Well, my experience level is 0. No, I mean, like, how much experience do you have doing this kind of job? None. You just said this job was entry-level. It is, and I'm just asking how much experience you would be entering this job with. And I'm saying none. This is the level I would be entering on. So you're saying you've never done a job like this before? If I had, then this wouldn't be entry-level. I don't follow. I'm saying this is supposed to be an entry-level job, meaning it's how I enter this line of work. If I've already done this kind of work before, then I've already entered, and it's like, why would I need to re-enter again what I've already entered? You're confusing me. No, you're confusing me. I'm just saying we like employees with lots of experience. But why would an employee with lots of experience be applying for an entry-level job? No, I'm just saying that even though the job is entry-level, we don't want to hire an employee with no experience doing it. But how am I supposed to get experience if if you won't hire me for an entry-level job without experience. Okay, I guess what I'm ultimately trying to say is that our ideal candidate would bring advanced level experience but accept entry-level pay. And there it is.
Why is there no longer any entry level jobs? Like, what's going on? Like, I just graduated college in June. And I've been applying to jobs, and there's literally no entry level jobs anywhere. Everywhere is looking for senior, manager, 10 years experience, 5 years experience. How can I become a senior if you won't even let me become a beginner? Like, what's going on? And that's exactly why if I was president, I would defund AI, because I really feel like AI is good, but it's also bad because it's taking away these entry level jobs that people like me need. Like, what's going on with that?
My issue with the job market right now is that all these jobs aren't really entry level jobs. They say entry level, but then have the longest list of requirements, accolades, certifications, degrees that you need to have. One of my friends that I knew in college was a chemistry major, and he was applying to jobs, and he showed me this one job application, and you needed a master's degree, certifications, like it was all these things. The list was super duper long. And then it was $50K a year, entry level. And then the job description was even worse. Like, he was going to be doing like really advanced stuff, had a long list of tasks. It was going to be a lot of work. And that's my issue with the job market. These companies just say entry level so they can kind of get away with paying you little to no money. Basically, in this economy, 50K is like nothing. And yeah, they just kind of want to work you to death while paying you shit. I'm a mechanical engineering major, and I remember like looking at some jobs, and also like the work experience that these companies want you to have is absolutely ridiculous. Am I a 21, 22, 23-year-old freshly out of college young adult who's getting into the workforce? Or am I a 45-year-old seasoned worker who's been doing this for 25 years? It makes no sense. Like, how much do you want these kids to know before they even start working full time?
The darkest form of comedy in 2025 is undoubtedly just the general concept of entry-level positions in corporate America, because you'll go on LinkedIn and you'll stumble upon what appears to be a pretty cool job opportunity. After reading the 5-paragraph ChatGPT created description, you realize that it's a cross-functional role at the intersection of AI, product, and go-to-market, only to recognize that it requires like 10 years of relevant job experience. You got to know like 30 different softwares that have been created within the last like 9 months and how they integrate with one another, and master's degree preferred. Then you come to recognize that it's like $41,000 a year based out of SF in a hybrid position, but after spending like 2 minutes on Glassdoor and Reddit, you come to recognize it's a super toxic work environment and like everybody wants out. Bottom line being, you go through the AI driven phone screening, then the AI driven video screening through HireVue, only to recognize that you're like at the very beginning of a 3-month, 6-part interview process to eventually just get ghosted at the final round, and then get like 60 days later like an automated email that like gets your name wrong, talking about how they ended up filling the role internally. But then you go on LinkedIn and you see that same position listed, but also the COO writing about how they missed like revenue targets or certain go-to-market metrics this quarter because it's impossible to fill entry-level positions because nobody wants to work.
Why the hell is an entry-level job asking for experience? My brother.
You are the experience.
Like, you go to Wendy's to apply for a job and they're asking for your degree
in neuroscience along with 2 years of experience at McDonald's.
What is going on?
You're the damn experience.
Or even worse, you get a degree in CS.
Good luck, buddy.
Even though you just spent 4 years of your life on a degree, you better have 2 years of
unpaid intern experience.
Like, what are we doing here? At least right now, I can use Consulting's job for feature to look for jobs that fit my needs. But we gotta get these elders in the job market
out of here.
I think it's time to admit the society is officially in the depths of hell when I see that a master's degree is somehow required for all these entry-level jobs. I keep seeing on LinkedIn and Indeed and Glassdoor and whatever, okay? Like, it will literally say like 5 years of experience required. Like, sometimes it won't even let you apply if you don't have all this experience. Yet it says entry level and it's paying $15 an hour or less in certain areas. Like, that's a joke. Okay, first of all, everybody knows that to survive these days, you have to make like 20 an hour at least or more, okay? Unless you somehow live in some like buttfuck nowhere area of North Carolina. If so, good for you, okay? But most of us cannot be surviving on that. Personally, I like to use Sprout because it's like a really niche job board, and you can literally just like swipe to apply. You can filter it by like how much you make a year, like whatever. But other than that, like I'm honestly not sure how people are even landing a lot of entry level positions, because it always ends up going to the niece of the CEO and not anybody else. So
here's why young people can't get into the trades. This is what companies are posting: an entry-level job with 3 years of experience, a construction labor with 6 months or a year's worth of experience, and they're looking for somebody with a GED or a high school degree just to sweep the floors? Come on. Apprentices, they want 3 and 5 years of experience, and they're only paying $18 an hour? No wonder you're disappointed with the candidates. You can't scream nobody wants to work and then slam the door in their face with terrible pay and unrealistic expectations. You want young workers? Then you've got to be willing to train young workers. Companies don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to offer the pay of someone with no experience and also demand that they have 3 to 5 years. Absolutely not. The pay has to match the credentials, or be prepared to bring somebody in, develop them, and invest in them. If you want real talk about why the hiring process is broken in construction, give us a follow.
Now, why the hell are entry-level jobs not entry-level anymore? Every single one of these jobs require a bachelor's degree or higher to even be considered. Like, not even that. You also need 2 years of unpaid intern experience. Like, what do you mean, what is my experience? It's supposed to be you. You are the experience. And to make it even worse, LinkedIn and Indeed are both cooked. At least we have Job Right's niche job board to help us land interviews. But yes, you and me are both fried.